Hello friends, welcome to Tuesday Live Chat and Stamp with Janey Backer from Inspired Stamping. Just trying to get all these lights set up. I have new lights and it looks like they are nice and bright. Oh, come on. Welcome. So please leave me a comment that lets me know you're here and say hello. Get my little paper trimmer set up here. We are going to make a pinwheel card today. So something new from a challenge I was in, and I started making it and have not finished it, so we're just going to go ahead and make it together. Just checking, getting the laptop set up here so I can see comments. Oh my goodness. Where'd it go? All right, so let me know you're here. Really appreciate your comments and knowing that I've got company while I'm stamping. So, the pinwheel card, I just somehow lost my instructions. Oh, there they are. And I'm going to be using the hand-penned designer series paper for this project. So I've already got one section already started to create the pinwheel box. Try to decide if I should go back and start at the very beginning. Why not? Okay, so get our paper trimmer here, and we're starting out with just regular with basic white cardstock. It is cut down to 4 1/4 inches, and now I'm going to cut at 5 3/4, and put this aside. Oh, sorry, I'm off the camera. Now we're going to score at 3/4 inch. And I will post these after the event is posted. So it was 1.5 inches, and now we're going to 2 1/4 inches. And then 3 inches. So tell me, how hot is it where you're at here in Idaho? And the whole Pacific Northwest is incredibly hot. We are having record temperatures, and it is miserable. Okay, so that is all scored. So we also need, I'm going to cut this sheet at 4 1/4 inches again. And I need 4 segments that are 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. Actually, we only needed 3. If I read my instructions closely here. All right. So to take all of these scored pieces, and I have a bone folder here, but it's all the way at the bottom of my box. Okay, here we go. So going to fold on these score lines. So I'd love to hear in the comments, what is your favorite meal to make that does not heat up the house? Okay, so I'm going to take my glue, and you're going to see just a layout here that this creates a box there. So we're going to put adhesive here, and then tuck that back in there all the way down. So it makes that nice tight box, and you can fold it in place so it adheres. There we go. Okay. Now we are going to add cardstock on each of these. So just put a little bit of glue on that edge, and then adhere that into place. And then repeat. A little bit of glue. So I am not a hot weather fan. I just don't do well with it. When I was in college, I got heat stroke really bad, only I was home alone and did not know. I kind of just got super sick. You know, the hot, I was miserable, vomiting. Then I went to sleep for hours. Horrible headache and misery. And ever since then, I have not been able to tolerate the heat. It makes me sick. Horrible headaches. Okay, so we got our pinwheel coming together here. Just gonna hold that so the glue gets nice and set. So I tend to have to pass on barbecues, and I'd already started this one, so I'm going to put the rest of the pinwheels on this while we wait for the first one to dry. Anyway, it's really important for me to stay cool because my body does not do cool well. So I'm grateful for air conditioning and that I can be inside. So growing up, one of our favorite cool dishes to eat was, oh my goodness, my papers aren't quite even, but that's okay, is pasta salad. So we like cold pasta salad with tuna fish or grilled chicken, and those are all great ways to add some veggies and have a nice big salad on hand that you keep in the fridge, and it's okay if it's cold because that's how it tastes best, and it's refreshing with that vinaigrette dressing. Hi Kathy, welcome. Thanks for joining me. We're doing pinwheel cards today. So I have 2 pinwheel bases made. And now we're going to get our designer series paper and trim it. So since the pieces were 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, we're going to go 1/4 inch smaller than that, and I think we use that pattern and maybe this one because it's like decorating 4 card fronts. So you have to have 4 pieces. But it's going to, let's see. Yeah, it's going to lay, well, it rotates and lays all sorts of ways. Depends upon which direction you want to go. Or you can go that way. Hi, Becky. I'm being a little crazy and doing something brand new that I've never done before. Live, because why not? Okay, so let's get our trusty piece here. So we're going to make it 2.5 inches wide by 4 inches high. So start with this one. And then our 4-inch piece. So we got one side. And yes, you could use all the same designer series papers, but I like the idea of creating some variety. So have you heard that we're having a sale on designer series paper? It's 15% off on select packs in the annual catalog. That is a nice perk coming up. Okay, so here's our next pattern. These are all the hand pressed designer series papers. Isn't that lavender pretty? All right. So this is a pattern or tutorial that I got from my friend Brenda Quintana, and she altered this so it would, the original that she saw, she altered this so it would fit in a standard envelope, which I appreciate. We all like it to be easier to send and mail. Okay. So you can see these are going to fit right here. And then on the smaller flap, it's 2 inches, I'm going to put a contrasting color. So I'm just going to take the strips from before here, cut it 4 inches, and cut it down to 2. So go like that. Oh, I'm sure you guys caught that. It should be 1 3/4. Somehow I got, there we go. There we go. I like how the yellow complements the yellow flowers. And then we'll go back and get all these other strips and go ahead and cut 4 inches right there, down to 1 3/4. Hi Brenda, welcome. Yes, it is a happy Tuesday. And that one. think I'm going to go this direction because I like the pattern that's closer to that edge. There we go. Okay, so now I have all these little scraps I'm going to put aside. And all these beautiful complementary colors. So go ahead and lay out your prints to see which ones you want to combine. And I think I'll change this one to the pale papaya. Yep, I think I like those. Can you see how I'm doing that? Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna use the liquid glue and go ahead and start attaching these. I really like liquid glue because it allows you to glide a little bit to adjust your margins, whereas tape will grab and adhere and it's there to stay. Oh, I'm curious, did I match? No, I didn't match all these. Okay, so same here. You just have to be careful. Don't put your fingers in the glue. It gets sticky, of course. And that is one of the biggest complaints I hear is sticky fingers. But if you use a small amount, just lightly apply it. Then it's not going to ooze and get into that sticky mess. Just slide it a little bit. And lined up. So Brenda, this is a brand new card fold I've never made before. I'm doing it live with you and teaching myself and you at the same time. Oh, come on, paper. There we go. Slid just a little bit like I needed it to. And glue it into place. I might have to pause here to give my daughter some money before she heads out with her cousins. Let's see. Okay. And there is some... All right, here, Maggie. That should be enough. All right, so now I'm going to adhere that. Which way do you like? Do you like the waves going up or down? Hello, Miss Greta. Happy lunch hour to you. Okay, and then we're going to put the purples here into place. That's a beautiful flower. So in our yard, I have some beautiful hostas blooming, which are this pale purple as well. Bye. Goodbye. And my canna lilies are blooming, which are huge. They are so, so huge. Okay, so there we go. We have our lavenders and the flowers with the pale papaya. And then here is, it's not really polished pink. That's really blushing bride. And then there, and it stands up like this. Such a cute pinwheel. And then, yep, it'll fold and fit into a standard envelope. So fun. Let's see, Brenda said Food and foil packs cooked on the grill keep the house cool. Yes, that's an awesome idea. Yep, lots of veggies, meat and potatoes. I love that. Yes, I should do some foil packets. Because just plain grilled chicken gets old and boring. Let me grab some ribbon. Now I'm sure I could have put this under the DSP and wrapped it in place here. Did not put that in place. I am going to take the Everyday Label punch and find my scraps over here to stamp a sentiment. And a thank you is always a good way to go. So I'll share one of my true confessions of things I like is this Izzy Sparkling Grapefruit. It's just grapefruit juice and bubbly water. And it's so refreshing and yummy. And it is one of my favorite drinks. And the kids know it's mom's special drink. Because they like them too. They are so good. Okay, so we're using the Fresh Freesia stamping pad. And add a sentiment here. There we go. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to go with a smaller punch. This is the Label Me Fancy punch. And just slide it into place. It fits nicely. Maggie, your ride is here. We've got people coming and going. My son and his girlfriend came and went. Maggie's leaving with the cousins. Nala is crying in the background. She's the dog, but she wants to go too. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add, no, I think I'll just, I think I'll put it on here. All right, I'm going to close my ink because obviously I'm going to make a mess if I don't. All right, so we're going to put a layer of Seal Plus. And then my favorite trick is to stay on the camera here, Janey. Okay, so a tail and loops, loops. Got to get it into your adhesive there. And then crisscross so the tail, no, I did it wrong. There we go. Because you want the tail to be on the opposite side. Like that. Then grab my sharp ribbon scissors. Give it a clip. We're going to add some dimensionals. So you can see that Seal Plus adhesive is completely covered by the ribbon and holds the ribbon very nicely into place. All right, so I think I'm going to put it on this panel. And then they could write over the DSP if they wanted to. This is a nice, easy, not easy to write on, easy to see. If you're using your ink pen, it'll be easy to see on that panel. Now you could decorate all the panels. You could add more sentiments. In fact, let's grab Love You Much and add it to one of the other panels. I think I'm going to change inks. It just seems to make sense to coordinate with the other inks on that side. Oh dear, do you hear Nala crying? Her feelings are hurt that she didn't get to go to the zoo or the dollar store, that she's stuck home with Mom. Poor kid. Those furry kids, they just don't get the same life as the other kids do. She loves to go in the car. But here's my little input. It is too hot for dogs to be in the car. They need to stay home and be safe and cool. I know that most stampers are pet lovers. Okay, so I'm going to take this and trim it. And I stamped a little crooked. So I'm going to flip it over and do it again. Because trying to cut it along that would be crazy. And I'm going to grab my piercing mat to see if I can get it a little. There we go. Looking good. And we'll take our Pick-a-Punch and just run it in on that end and repeat on this end and make sure it's straight. There we go. Move these tools aside. Okay, so this needs a little more color. Can you see it's kind of blah? So I'm going to take my sponge dauber that I have from Pale Papaya and tap it into my ink pad. And then we're going to add some color around those edges. Sponge daubers are one of my favorite tools. They give you all sorts of ways to add color on your edges that are soft. Create a frame around that cardstock. And you can go as far as you like, or just the edges. You could decide how crazy you want to make your ink. And then let's go ahead and add some ribbon to this one as well. And I'm going to do the same idea. Put my adhesive. This is my Seal Plus. There. I'm going to pick it up with my finger and see what. So I like this because I can see what I'm doing. So there's adhesives on the back. I'm going to loop this and then loop it back. And then you can adjust them if needed. And trim. All right, But before we attach it, we're going to put dimensionals on. And the dimensionals fit right there. I love that the Seal Plus holds that ribbon firmly in place. It's not going to pop out or move. There we go. Love you much. So that's just beautiful. Got our thank you. Beautiful flowers. Love you much. Can stand up right there. And does not have the same effect. So I'm going to go ahead and take my camera out of the holder to show you standing up what it looks like. Isn't that a fun pinwheel card? You can add other embellishments to it. You could leave one of the panels completely empty for the greeting. It's all up to you. What do you think? Do you like this pinwheel card? And then that little box column just folds flat so you can mail it. And easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Super cute. So if you're in my stamp club, you will probably be making this in July. I'm loving it. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get on camera. Hi. It's hot. I worked out, and I've been trying to get cooled off because it's not pleasant to take a shower and be sweaty. But anyway, I am so happy I got to stamp with you, and thank you for joining me. I should show you all these pretty cards back here. They're so pretty on my display board. It's been fun stamping with you. Thank you for joining me, and I will look forward to stamping with you again on Tuesday at noon next week. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.